Greetings, it's me. Today I'm going to be talking about the Splatoon Testfire demo after my second session. This video will also be a great way to test out the new sound recording software, alongside losing my windshield for my mic. Yay! In the background will be Splatoon Direct because I don't have a capture device, but what I will plug later will hopefully make up for it. So on the 7th of May, Nintendo had a direct for Splatoon, a game we all blindly pre-ordered because the squiggles are my waifu, and the game admittedly looked pretty fun. Instead of caring about the general election happening on the same day, I watched this direct and it was standard stuff. Then they dropped the D-bomb, Splatoon Testfire demo. I actually repeatedly slapped my knees with excitement like an easily amused chimp, then felt scared that I might find out the game I threw £40 at is a bag of crap. The short answer is it's fucking brilliant, but to be vague is a little pointless. To get the negatives out the way, I have to question why we got the demo this late and why it's so restricted on when we can play it and what maps we can play. Our first time was fucking 4 AM and you bet I stayed up to play that shit. If we had a whole weekend to play and was given to us at an earlier date, I'd be a lot more on board. Betas are designed to give the devs feedback and are very commonplace in shooters, so it wouldn't have hurt to give this to us earlier and give us more time with it. Also, I've had some trouble connecting to games the first session I played, but it worked strangely after I turned off and on the console. Other than that, I have almost nothing but praise. This game looks gorgeous and has an awesome charm to it. It has consistent frame rate, the ink looks great, and the two maps we got to play were really nice and designed well. I love Salt Spray Rig due to the many options it had in terms of placement, such as choosing to stay on the ground, going up slopes, or shoot from high up crates. The controls work great and are very responsive. You have the option to choose between the gyro motion controls or simply the analog sticks, which I prayed for as I didn't want to be forced to use motion controls in the demo. Jumping into squid form is done by pressing the left trigger and shooting with the right. There seems to be no way to scope in with guns except the sniper rifle we saw in the direct, which is a bit of a shame as some weapons could benefit a lot from this, such as the splat charger. Use sub weapons with the right shoulder and activate special weapons by pushing in the right stick. You can also jump to allies by pressing their profiles on the gamepad screen, which is a great alternative to just spawning next to a randomly picked teammate like in most shooters. You can also shoot while launching, which can be a good way to blindside opponents or get some ink off on the floor. The weapons feel good for the most part. In this demo we got the choice of 4. I really can't get on with the splat charger. In shooters I never really could take full advantage of power weapons, and this is no exception. It seems to fall under high risk, high reward, as it's hard to use but it's so satisfying to do well with. The Splattershot and Splattershot Junior work very similarly and are your standard assault rifles. The differences though is, from what I gather, is Splattershot covers more area, has high ammo consumption, and the Juniors vice versa. The roller is awesome. I don't know why people are saying it's OP. Opponents' rollers are pretty exploitable if you're in front. You can easily get pot shots, especially with the players that didn't know they could flick the ink. You can get them at a distance, and they're pretty bad around campers and people high above. The only time you're really screwed is if they're behind, but that's the case with most melee weapons and shooters. The netcode bar taking a while to connect the first time is probably the best I've seen on Wii U. I only had one game out of 2 hours worth I played that had a delay with putting ink on the floor, and a friend mentioned in one of his the animation didn't play for an opponent flicking ink with his roller. Other than that, absolutely no complaints. Netcode is key for shooters and they've definitely learned from the Wii's terrible netcode. Props to Nintendo. Lastly, the game is really fun. It's a shame there's no option for voice chat even with friends, but they finally listened to us about friend lobbies. We can jump into games with friends, and there still does seem to be a great amount of cooperation. Everyone was working to complete the main objective rather than trying to rack up the most kills. Team Fortress 2. I do not regret my risky pre-order, and it's amazing that we're getting so many free updates. That's my opinion. Thanks for watching. Before I go, I did a video with 2 YouTube users that most likely won't be up when this goes up, but I will link them as soon as they do. I did an apathetic ramble with Sebdude198 while I played, and I did a discussion video with Lance with the Pants. If you want more and actually want to see their gameplay, check them out. Thanks again. See you for the next one.